Hey Stampers, Gaynor again, and I did a film. I videoed yesterday 2 lots, and one of them I managed to save and the second one I forgot to plug the sound back in, so I'm doing it again. I did make a set of 5 cards, but only showed the video making 1 because I'd already made 4. Now I'm going to have a 6th card because I've made the 5, but this time we've got sound. So I'm going to show you the cards. This is, I've done some die cutting. It's using this beautiful ornament. Look at the detail in that die. We're going to be using this one as well. As you can see, this cuts out this wonderful shape after it's cut the bauble out. So I run that shape instead of using a full sheet to fill this, and I put it just in the center, and then I attach it back inside. I'll show you my cards and you'll understand why. Absolutely beautiful. So these are the ones I did in yellow. I cut some out in gold paper, Daffodil Delight, and I think that was not pale papaya, gorgeous grapefruit glitter card we had with some melon mambo years ago. So I just swapped out the centers after and added gems. Isn't that cute? Let's take it out of the packet and show you. And look, I used my new it's called Sparkling Snowflake Punch, and I made them 1 inch wide, and just so I got the snowflake out, which we'll do again. On this one says Season's Greeting, and inside it's just May Your Season Sparkle. Now I've used Lost Lagoon inside all my cards. I think it's not that green in your face Christmas green, but it's a nice subtle green because we've got the yellow card. I've also done it in the blues, and these are just the centers. That's from that one, that's from that one, and that's from that one, and I just swapped them round. I added some silver twine to make it look like they were hanging, but I wrapped them around the card, so that's why I've put a little gem up there. And then again, Season's Greeting. We got the greys and the whites. These are the same colour cards and the same stock, more or less, as what I use for the Christmas tree cards. So I hope you like them. Again, this is in the greys and whites. Happy holidays. And again, it's in the centre. May Your Season Sparkle. And then all the girls said when I had comments, they loved the pinks. They said they were their favourite colours. So I used some glimmers. I used the new Moody Mauve. And I also used some of the sparkling papers and the glitters that I got. So that paper is in the middle of there. Obviously that one's in the middle there. And that one is from the middle there. And for you and yours this Christmas, they've all got a different sentiment, but they've all got the same centre. And I did the reds and golds because I know you ladies love your red and gold at Christmas. And this one says Make Your Season Sparkle, and this one inside says Make Your Season Sparkle. Oh, silly sausage. Oh well. But we've got the rose gold, the brush gold, and I think this one's a deeper, I think that's the champagne one, but I literally just switched them out and then just trimmed off what was hanging over the edge. There's a tiny little bit there, but I'm sure it's still going to fit inside my card. Maybe if I'd have just left that bottom piece on and just cut off the edge of the envelope, but aren't they just absolutely beautiful? So we've got the red, we've got the pink, we got the grey, and then we've got 2. So we've got portraits and landscapes. So I'm going to do another portrait one using the green colours. So I've used again the designer series paper that is retired. These are cut at 1 7/8 by just short of 4, literally just short of 4. So it gives me a little border. I mean, you don't even have to lay these on perfect, but I'm gonna have my snowflakes. Love the greens. Gonna have my stripes, which has got a dash of red in, and then I'm gonna have the snow flurry on this end. I'm just gonna break it up a little bit this time. I have cut 2 of them and I've mounted them, and I've used designer series paper in these without doing the detail from the center like these, you know, that beautiful detail. But on the 3rd one I'm going to use that detail because look, I've added beautiful designer series paper, and I've used Bermuda Bay and Coastal Cabana, so I'm going to have my stripes and my paper on there. I'm going to glue it down in a minute, but you know, we're going to really dress these up nice and pretty this time and then have a different shape. So I used this lemon lime twist, which was a glitter card from many moons ago. I think I'll show you the set it came in. Remember, I think it came with the peacock set a long time ago. We had these beautiful specialized papers. We had the plain foil. We had the green foil. I was going to use a piece of the one with the leaves on, but then I thought if I'm going to shove it through the designer, through the die, I don't think you would have seen, but this fits behind this die perfectly. So you can cut this out and then cut this center out and it fits behind to give you a brand new center. Or you can do what I've done, cut so many and then swap them over. These are the ones, I've got a mishap there, but they're the coloured ones that I cut the centers out. But these will go on a different card, and all I did was add some tape on the back to keep them together. I mean, you could have them either way, but you could remove the tape, run that through like this piece. That's the piece that cut out. You can obviously turn it over because you want your pattern to fit, and then run that through the die machine, which I did with the others. I painstakingly die cut all the pieces out like that, and it saved me cutting a piece of paper out that size. So these two will go on a different card, and this one, maybe I'll do it so the top, I have to trim off the top, so I've got enough to make another card. But I used the plain green. So there's my dies. This is that gorgeous paper from years ago. I don't think it's got a thing on the back, but no, it's just the back of the foil. We had the blues, the greens, the patterns. I've got 2 of them, 3 of them actually. I think I might have had 2 packets. But then we had the blues, and they came in the pretty peacock set. Oh, I don't know if you all remember. Oh, it must be 3 or 4 years, about 3 years ago. But I've still got, I keep all my specialty papers, so that's what I've cut that from. So let me pull my cards to one side. These are absolutely, what a beautiful set of cards to put in a nice gift box or an acetate box. Tie a little ribbon around it, add some designer series paper. What a beautiful gift set. So this, I've already, like I'm saying, you could have sat and watched me cut 3 of these out, but there's no need, I've already done them. I'm gonna pop that in there. you know, I'm terrible. Now see these two dies. You can use them singular, but look what happens when you add the 2 together. It's a layered die. Just so you got the infill and then this beautiful detailing on the outside as well. You also get the labels, the star, this beautiful little flower, and then obviously the ornament, and that's the center. Instead of having a whole piece behind here, which you can, use that piece that comes out and you'll save on paper so much. So that's the way I'm going to show you now. I might get another piece of paper and just show you. So let's put all my bits to one side. Just whilst, and what I did, I'm going to lay this upwards, and you've got to, you know, the back side and you know the front side, so flip this over so the back side is on the top. Lay this on. It doesn't fit perfectly because obviously it's cut it out, but that's more or less bang on. And this plate's been used for cutting, and I've just put a new plate on the bottom, so I'm just going to cut this upside down just to show you. I'll have to do this over the bin. Mr. Boyce has been in my craft room today and hoovered up for me. He is a darling. So I had, because you could tell, all these cards, all these little bits, and I was just knocking them off my desk everywhere. So Mr. B's been a darling and cleaned up for me. So let me get my trolley and my bin and my tool, and I'll be 2 seconds. It won't be fair for him to clean up and then me just poke everything out all over the floor again. So give me 2 seconds. I know, I'm a tidy freak, and do you know, I pull all my stamps out, I pull all my dies out. I'll show you that in a second. I get my cards ready, and then I look at my desk and think, I've got to put it all away. I can't do with it. I think I must have a form of OCD or something. There we go, it cleans up a treat. And I'm just gonna, oh, I've put it in upside down, look at that. I was gonna slide that in. That's the way I want it. I will do a card showing the other dies at a later date, but I just want to be able to poke that back in there. So now if you see this, let me see if I can zoom in. Oh, wrong way. Look at that beautiful detail. And what I did, look at that, it just fits in there beautiful, because these sides are so thin. Look how beautiful that is. I mean, oh, absolutely gorgeous. Look at those detail. So I just flipped it over, got myself some clear sellotape, and just run that down. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my dimensionals, and I'm going to go between, because it didn't matter so much with these ones because you can't see through the pattern. Now this one you can, look, so you can't see through the pattern, so it was okay to add my dimensionals. Let's zoom back out a little bit. So, and then just gonna add one there. It's gonna keep the grip onto those as well, and just at the top there, just in between the holes, so I'm not poking out at the top anywhere. And then a small one I'm gonna pop down here as low as possible, and then just one right up the top. I mean, I could get a large one there. I mean, you could even get another small one, keeping it all level. You could add all small ones, large ones, it doesn't matter. We will come back to them. Let me zoom back out. So I've got my beautiful images now, absolutely stunning. I'm going to grab my card, which is a standard UK size card. This is 8 1/4 by 5 7/8, and I've just basically scored and folded this at 4 1/8. And I'm going to take my glue, and I'm just going, oh look at that, you could do the cutesy paper. So I'm just going to line up my paper. I'm going to have the snow flurry down the bottom, I think. I'm going to leave myself a nice, about 1/8 of an inch gap at the bottom, but these will basically more or less touch each other, because my cut, I mean, if you're American, do 1 3/4, 1 3/4, and 1 3/4, I think. Wait there now. So 1 3/4, 1 3/4, 3.5, and then you'd have to do Let me just see that. Right, let me do that. Let me just give Gaynor 2 seconds. Get my calculator out because I'm... So 5.5 divided by 3. You'd have to do 1 and... Oh, it says 8.3. So do 1 and 7/8 and just overlap a little bit. Or 1 and 3... Yeah, 1 and 3/4. 1 and 3/4. And then do 1 and 3/4, 1 and 3/4, then just measure the gap in between to do your centerpiece, because that wouldn't be so bad to have it a little bit smaller. But I'm loving these greens, and again I'm just butting these up close, making sure they're all cut more or less the same. That one's a little bit skewy. I don't know what happened there. But it's there and it's on. No one's even going to know. So now all we got to do is, are we going to add these this way? You know, we've got to juggle them now. Oh, that's a pretty way. I'm going to literally just go and overlap these again like I did. And just have these beautiful ornaments. Oh, I think that's the layout I'm going to have. Oh, I don't know. I might add that one there and that one in the center, because that will stand up because of the white. That'll poke out. I think that's my layout. So let's get this on. Get my little dish. But what a beautiful set of ornaments. And it's not just for Christmas. They're for all year round. You've got the florals, the leaves, the flowers. You've got these gorgeous, gorgeous... Oh, I do love this ornament. So I'm going to poke that towards the corner. And then I'm going to lay this one. Let me see. Are we going to have them all on the corner on this side? We could have them going down. But I think I'm just gonna overlap like that. So I'm gonna pull off my backings first. Absolutely beautiful. But like I'm saying, you've got the choice of going through with plain paper and doing the detail, or add designer series paper like these ones and change it up even more. Just beautiful. So I'm going to keep that one roughly about there, and then this one I'm going to remove that top sticker back in, and then I'm just gonna add this there. Oh, isn't that beautiful, girls? Absolutely beautiful. Let me zoom out a little bit more, and then we're gonna grab our sparkling snowflake die. I'm gonna flip it over. This is a 1-inch strip. I'm just gonna slide that in, and then I'm gonna line that up so I've got roughly the same amount of cardstock either side, keeping that in the middle, keeping hold of it with my hand, she says, and then I'm going to punch. I don't know, it's going to leave bits, but look at that beautiful snowflake in the center. So I've added, we had season's greeting, winter greetings, happy holiday for you and yours this Christmas, and make the season sparkle. I have got my Lost Lagoon, and I'm going to do that same beautiful little stamp inside that says make your season sparkle. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous. That's going to be the inside. And the reason I kept it green was because it's pale enough without being in your face, but it's a lovely green that it's not overly the wintry green, you know, like garden green. Now I've got this one. This is from a different stamp set. This is from an old one, and it says Snowflake Wishes for a Merry Christmas. These tend to be a little bit wider. So the first lots I had, Make You Sparkle, Winter Greetings, Season's Greeting, Holiday Home, and For You and Yours This Christmas, come from these two new sets. And this sentiment now is coming from this one. I mean, you could do it in the greens. I'm just going to stick with plain old black because I love my VersaFine black ink. And I'm going to stamp this. Right in the centre. Oh, I've got a tiny little smudge there, but I'm not going to worry. I got my old cloth to get off the old ink. Oh, the dodgy ink. And then I've got my nice new clean cloth to make sure it sparkles because there's bleach on this cloth. And look how clean that comes out. It's like new again, girls. So I keep one dirty and I keep one now with bleach on. So I'm just going to grab myself a sheet of paper. I'm just going to use that as a blotting paper. I don't want to smudge it. I'm going to move it along and just do it another again. That's dry now. I can put my glue away. Absolutely beautiful. And then we can decide if we're going to have it. Oh, I think that would be lovely. So I'm going to pen at the end this time. So this is 1 inch. I reckon you could do, you wouldn't get them spots in, but you could go that narrow and maybe have it 3/4. But pen at the end. Just got my little dish. Keep my bits in. I mean, just making. Oh, it does stick over the card a little bit. So let's tell you what. I'll show you how to rectify that in a sec. I'm just gonna cut. And what I'm gonna do this time, I'm just gonna do a narrow pennant up to the center. And just go until I got a tiny little bit there. That's got it. And if you ever overcut on an end, just take your bone folder and squash it back down, and it takes out any lines that you may have cut. So let's test that now. Oh, I mean, I don't want to go, well, you could go that way, but I think I'm going to add it this way. So I'm going to add a dimensional here, and I'm going to use a small one this time. In fact, I've got some I've cut down the side as strips. So I'm going to take a little strip and I'm just going to put it across that bar there. So I've got nothing poking out and you can't see it. And then I'm going to take a large one. I'm not going to put anything in the middle because it's going to go across. So I'm just going to tack a little bit of glue just in the centre. And I've stuffed my bottle in it. Can you imagine that, girls? I am terrible. No wonder I end up with inky fingers. I'm dropping everything in my pot. So remove my backings. Don't forget the little square at the top. But these dimensionals have got really big borders, so cut them into fine strips and they'll come in useful for, so you can't see behind there now. And then I'm just, I mean, you don't want to tuck it behind. There's that bit of glue. There's my dimensional. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. I have got some of these beautiful Coastal Cabana gems. And I'm not going to go for the huge one, but I'm just going to pop one right there in the center of that snowflake. Make that stand out. Absolutely beautiful. But I'm going to grab all my gems now and watch. I know I did decorate the other one. These I get 1,000 of them for £1 from the range. So it doesn't bother me to add 3 across the top here. Just to jazz up that ornament a bit. I'm not going to add any in between these because there's no pattern as to where there is here. So I'm going to do another 3 across there. And it wouldn't be fair to do it on there as well. So I'm just going to grab another 3 to go along here. I mean, you can do... There's little dot areas everywhere on this card for you to... Whoops. I'm pulling off my own gems. But look at that sparkle. It's so beautiful. Now there's 3 dots there. You can't see them. But you can... I'm literally going to add 1 in the centre there. I'm going to add 1 in the centre there. And I'm going to add 1 right in the centre there as well, just to decorate up. I mean, if anything you're guilty of on this one is just adding all these beautiful gems. So you've got 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then we got this one, which makes 13. So you've got your odd number. And we've already stamped inside. I think that is exceptional. So you've got the green. We have got the yellow, the blue and the green in our portrait. Let me just pull those so you can see them. I should take them out the packets really, but I've already wrapped them ready. And then we've got our beautiful landscape ones as well. A gorgeous set of 6 cards. Absolutely stunning. I would really love a thumbs up and a share. That would be amazing. You guys are so loving and such a gem to me over the years. I really can't thank you all enough for being so faithful and so loyal. And I just want to do these cards for you girls. And I love you all to bits. God bless you all. And I'll keep you all in my prayers. All glory to our Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ. And come back on the next video. Till next time. Bye. Oh, there goes my battery. Perfect timing.